Let's wait for the recording to start. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday, teacher.
Happy Friday. Good morning. Are you still sleepy? Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy? Or no more? Okay, do you have your breakfast already? Did you finish eating your breakfast? Okay, no one is answering. What day is
Yes,
today? What day is today?
today
Today
is
is
Friday,
Friday,
Day
the
is
the
14th of January, 2022.
okay, so today is Friday, the 14th of January 2022. What's the weather like today? What's the weather like outside? Is it sunny today or windy
Sunny.
or cold?
At my house is sunny.
Sunny. Okay, so today's weather is sunny. Okay, let's start. Last time, our lesson in science is about friction, right? We already know what is friction. Friction is a force that, okay, let's have this one. Now, I want you to get your science notebook so that we can copy the meaning of friction. Okay, you write the meaning of friction on your science notebook. Okay, please get your science notebook. And then let's copy the meaning of friction. Okay, let us read first. What is friction? Force that
Force that
force that
opposite
opposite the
the motion of an
of
object
object
when the object
when the
is
object
in
is
contact
is
in
in contact
contact
with another
with
object.
another
another
object
object
or
or
surface.
surface.
Okay, or another term or another meaning, force that slow down or stops motion. Okay, so please write it in your science notebook.
Okay.
Friction. I'll give you, how many minutes do you want to copy? I think 3 minutes is okay. Do you think 3 minutes is okay? 3 minutes is
Oh.
4 minutes. So at exactly 8:51, oh no, 8:52, you're finished already. Oh, chat exactly 4 minutes, right? I told you to finish at 8:50.
47.
Chai, 47, not 50. 4 minutes. 57. 47. 8:47. 2 minutes left. Force that opposes the motion of an object when the object is in contact with another object or surface. Force that slows down or stops motion. Later, I'll be calling some students to read. Okay, not only cartoon first or Prewa will read. Also the other students will read. Okay, Mai?
Okay.
1 minute left.
Finish.
Wow. Great. Who is that?
Rewa.
Okay, Prewa is finished. Who else?
Finish, teacher.
Oh, very good. Who is that? Modem. Modem, right? Very good. Who else is finished? It's time already. Are you done copying? How about
Yes.
Teng Nương? Are you done Teng Nương? Tinoy, are you copying? Tinoy? How about Namwan? Are you done copying Namwan?
Yes.
Finish,
Good.
teacher.
Okay, good. How about fight? Are you done copying fight?
Finish.
Finish. How about Hapet? Are you done Hapet? How about Nut Boy? Are you done copying?
I am finished, teacher.
Very good. How about Yale? Yale, are you done copying? How about Ung Ing Ti? Are you done copying Ung Ing Ti? Leo. Okay, everyone, tukon. Let us read again. Force. Tukon na. Not only two students. I want all. Tukon. Okay. Friction. Go. Force.
Force
That
that
opposite
opposes the motion of
of
an
an
object
object
when the object is in contact
with
with
another
another object
object
or
of
surface.
surface. Force
Force that
Force
that
that slow down or
down
stop motion.
stop of motion.
one. Okay, very good. So I think we discussed friction a lot of times. Simay? I
Yes.
think 4 times. So we learned that friction stops motion. Example. Okay, how friction affects motion. If you roll a ball along the floor or ground, it will slow down and stop even though no apparent force is being applied to it. The ball slows down and stops because of friction. Friction slows down a moving object. Friction occurs when two objects rub against each other. Okay. But today we're going to talk about advantage and disadvantages of friction. Advantages and disadvantages of friction. Advantage แปลว่าอะไร
ข้อดี
Advantage แปลว่า
ข้อดี
Okay, how about disadvantage?
ข้อเสีย
Okay, so since we already know what is friction, now let's watch a video. Okay, let's watch a video about friction, advantage, and disadvantages.
Hi friends, do you like to play with balls?
Have you ever thought the reason for the slowing down of the ball through the ground after rolling for some distance? Do you know the reason behind the easiness in movement while using the skateboard than walking? Have you ever thought the reason behind such a caution board? The reason for all these is one particular force, and that force is known as frictional force. So now how we can define frictional force. The force that acts on a body in its opposite direction of motion when it moves along a surface is called frictional force. That is, the frictional force will act in direction that is just opposite to the applied force. What is the cause of friction? Before knowing the cause for friction, first tell me which path given below is more easy to ride the bicycle.
Okay, do. Eyes on the screen. Look at the two pictures. Picture A and picture B. Now, which is easier? Or which is less friction? Less friction. Smooth surface or rough surface?
smooth surface
Okay, very good. You're correct. It's in the smooth surface. Now, if you try to do this one on a smooth surface, you can go easier. ใช่ไหม? But when you drive bicycle on this rough surface like rocks, it's hard. Do you agree? ใช่ไหม? So when you drive
yes
When you drive here in a smooth surface, it's easy to do bicycle. But if you do on rough road like this, it's hard to paddle the bicycle, right? That is because it has more friction. It has more friction.
A or B? Yes, you are right. The answer is A, because it is much more smooth path compared to B. The surfaces of the body which comes in contact have many ups and downs known as pits and heights. These pits and heights will be more in rough surface. These pits and heights gets interlocked with each other when one body moves over the other. In rough surfaces, the pits and heights will be more, which leads to slow.
Okay, this is what we call pits and heights, or what? Hills and valley. Okay, hills and valley. If you use microscope or some device to zoom in the surface, you can see pits and heights or hills and valleys ใช่ไหม
Down of the body which moves over the other. Now you understood why it is difficult to ride the bicycle through rough surface. As rough
Okay, so if you look at this one, now smooth surface and rough surface. If a man pushes this one, this big box, he will just exert small push or small effort because it has low friction. It's smooth, ใช่ไหม? But if the man is pushing the box on a rough surface, he will need more force or more effort because the surface is rough.
roughness increases, friction increases, and so we have to apply more force for the movement of the body. What are the ways to reduce friction in our day-to-day life? Some of the ways include streamlining, using lubricants, polished surface. Streamlining means giving shape to the objects so that they can reduce friction. The front side of airplane is designed in such a way to reduce friction due to air. The shape of the boat is designed in such a way that it experiences minimum friction during its movement through water. Next method used to reduce friction is using lubricants.
Do you use this one on your bicycle?
Yes.
Have you seen it like this? Okay,
Yes.
this is what we call lubricant. Everybody say lubricants.
Lubricant.
Right, we use this one in our bicycle so that it will move softly, right?
We have seen that people applying oil, grease, etc. in chains of bicycles. This actually reduces friction. Another method is polishing the surface. In polished surface, the friction will be very less. The same is the reason for which we will slip out if we step on a banana peel.
Okay, I will call somebody to read the summary about friction. Okay, are you ready? I will call na. Okay.
Yes.
Can I ask Ong Ing T to read the first paragraph? The force. Ong Ing T, are you there, Ong Ing T? I didn't hear Ong Ing T for a long time. I miss her. Ong Ing T, where are you now? Ong Ing?
Yes,
Hello?
teacher.
Oh. Now, can you read the first paragraph for me? The force.
The force that acts in opposite to the direction of motion is called
Frictional force.
frictional force.
There is no R in here. Oh, this one. Mistake. May me R. Okay. Frictional. Okay, again. The force.
The force that acts in opposite to the direction of motion is called
Is called frictional.
frictional force.
Okay, very good. So, thank you, Ong Ing. Very good. Okay, another. Who's next? I want to call Tang Nung. Tang Nung, are you there? Can you read the second paragraph? Or Can I have Yale? Yale, are you there? Can you read? Or who else? Hapet. Hapet. Can you read for me the second paragraph? Frictional force is more rough.
Frictional force is more in low surface.
Okay. This one we read as rough. Rough.
Rough.
Change GH to F. Rough.
Rough.
Oh, very good. Okay, again. Frictional force. Can you read again? Again, Hapet. Hapet, how am I? Frictional force. Hapet, where are you, Hapet? Hapet.
Irregular locality in the surface.
No, I mean again, the frictional force is more.
Okay.
Okay.
Frictional force is more in
Rough?
rough surface.
Okay. That's it. Okay. Thank you, Hapet. Very good. Okay, don't forget that it is rough. Rough. Ani, R-O-U-G-H. We read as rough. Tuko na? Anloy. Rough.
rough,
Okay, rough. Rough แปลว่าอะไร
ครุขระ
Okay. Cartoon is my translator.
I can memorize last time.
Yes. Rough แปลว่าอะไร
ครุขระ
Okay. Now, who can read for the third paragraph? I want Leo. Leo, are you there? Can you read?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so please read irregularities.
Summary. The force that acts
Leo, third paragraph only. Ano yan? Irregularities.
irregularity in the surface or bodies that come in contact lead to frictional force.
Okay, thank you, Leo. It's very good. Okay, so irregularities in the surfaces of bodies that comes in contact leads to frictional force. Okay, so first, who read? Ong Ing, Hapet, and Leo. Okay, Tukon, Anloy, everyone. The force.
The force
that
that
in opposite
to the direction
of
of
motion
motion
is
is called frictional force.
force.
Frictional
Frictional
force.
force is more in rough surface.
Next,
Irregularities
everybody read. Irregularities.
irregularities in the
Yes.
surfaces of bodies that
Yes.
come in contact
Leads.
leads to frictional force.
Okay. How do you read this word? Cold. Cold. Okay, cold. Okay, let's watch another video.
Today, we will learn more about friction. So let's start. We learned that friction is a force that resists motion whenever two surfaces are in contact. When the friction is less, the objects slip past each other easily, and when the surfaces are rough, the objects does not move against each other easily. Example, you need friction between your shoes and ice to walk on it. You need friction between your hands and lid of the jar to open it. You need grip between your hands and handle of the bicycle to hold it firmly. You need friction between your shoes and paddles of the bicycle to paddle it. And you need no friction between you and the slide to enjoy the ride. You need no friction between the striker and the board to play. You need no friction between the ball and the surface for bowling. Now let's learn advantages of friction. Friction is very important while driving a car. Without it, a car would slid off the road. On a dry road, there is a lot of friction between the car tires and the rough road surface. And in winters, there is snow or ice on the road. That makes the surface of the road very smooth, and there is little friction between the tires and the road, because of which the tires may slip off the road. This is why we need winter tires. Winter tires have special grooves to increase the friction in snowy and icy conditions. Friction also produces heat. When we rub our hands, it produces heat, which warms our hands. Friction between our shoes and road helps us to walk. Without friction, we will slip or fall. Friction helps to prevent the tires from slipping on the road because wheels need friction to have grip on the road and move forward. This is the reason the tires have grooves to produce sufficient friction. Now, let's learn disadvantages of friction. Friction makes it difficult to slide heavy objects on the floor. Every machine has several parts that move together or rub against each other, because of which a lot of heat is produced in the machine and damages the machine. Friction causes damage to the tires of vehicles. It also damages soles of the shoes and many other things. So friction causes wear and tear. Now let's learn how we can reduce friction where we do not need friction. First of all, for this, the moving parts of the machine oiled or grease. And this is done to reduce the wear and tear in the moving parts of the machine due to the friction. Fine powders can also be used to make the surface smooth. Example, before playing carom board, we sprinkle talcum powder on the board to make the surface smooth. So kids, now you know what is friction and what are the advantages and disadvantages of friction. Now go ahead and take a quiz to learn more.
Okay, let's take a quiz. Teacher will ask you some question. Okay. Teacher will ask some question and then you're going to answer. Okay. So, I will give points to those who can answer. Okay. So, now, give me one advantage of friction. Give me one advantage of friction. Advantage แปลว่าอะไร
ข้อดี
Okay. One advantage of friction. Give example. Who can? I'll give points na. Kanen. Who is this? First. Ano siya first? Cartoon?
If buy
Cartoon?
a car, if don't have friction, we will sleep. The
Okay.
car will sleep.
Very good. Okay, so you give example advantage when driving a car, it has friction.ใช่ไหม? The
Yes.
tire and the road. Because if may friction, it will
We will sleep.
slip and it can cause accident.
Yes.
Slip แปลว่าอะไร?
ลื่น
Okay, so very good. I'll give 5 points for cartoon. Okay, what else? More. Who wants to give example? Just one. There's a lot. Okay, driving car. Cartoon said driving car. Okay, what else? Advantage of friction. Come on. I will give 5 points na. 5 คะแนน. Advantage of friction. Cartoon give already driving a car. What else?
I choose teacher.
Okay, so first. Okay, can you give example?
Um, when the shoes teacher wait.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'll give you time. Think, other students think of an example. We already discussed that one. We have a lot of examples. Like, right?
Teacher is very help you to answer.
I think cartoon know it all.
Yes.
Students na, like,
Duck, 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 duck.
and then,
Teacher, when the shoes smooth, we cannot walk because it's
because, may me.
fiction.
Okay, so you give example on the shoes. If the shoes is, what is that? If the
Don't have
shoes
friction.
is smooth,
Yes.
okay, that's spike. Siya may spikes. So if the shoes may spikes, it will slip down because it has no friction or less in friction. We cannot say may friction, but less in friction. Okay, very good. 5 points for first.
Have only me at first.
I think other students can answer too. What else? There's a lot of advantages of friction. Who else? When we are Who can give example? 5 points na? 5 ka din. Advantage of friction. When we are driving a car, what else? Driving only car? How about the other? How about motorcycle and bicycle?
Bicycle.
No need friction? We need friction. How about on writing? Do we need friction on writing? Writing แปล
Yes.
ว่าอะไรเขียนใช่ไหม
Yes.
Okay, we need friction in writing between the ball pen and the paper because if no friction or less in friction, we cannot write. It will the pen will slip on the paper. So need friction. Okay, how about things we don't need friction? Can you give example? Things that friction is not needed. I mean, things that we can do that we don't need friction.
What to? ไม่รู้อ่ะ
Okay, example. Sliding. ใช่ไหม Sliding.
Yes.
When we play on slides, we don't need friction so that we can go smoothly. ใช่ไหม
Yes.
Example also when you swim and then there's a sliding on the swimming pool. So you need to go faster so that you can slide, right? We don't need friction in slides. How about playing bowling? How about play bowling? No need friction. Okay? ใช่ so that the ball can go softly or smoothly. How about playing or skiing? ใช่ไหม Skiing.
Yes.
But we don't have snow here in Thailand. We cannot do skiing. Okay. So those are the advantage and disadvantage of friction. Questions? Questions, students? Don't have. เข้าใจไหม
เข้าใจ
เข้าใจ but hard to speak in English ใช่ไหม
Yes.
Yes.
I know you have idea but it's hard to speak in English so you can explain your answer. I know
Hard
you
to speak in English.
I know you understand but you just cannot speak in English in complete sentence.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Open your camera, everyone, please.
How to read in English.
Chai, it's hard to explain. But in Pasatay, I think it's easier. But Teacher Mary cannot speak in
Cannot
Thai.
be Thai.
Cannot understand.